Hello friends, welcome back to this playthrough of Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen. Today, we're headed to map 2. Last time we were here, we sort of started the game. We gotta look at how maps and stuff work. Now we're gonna go into our first real actual exploration map. It's going to be a little bit bigger. It's going to have some more enemies. This one has 7 groups of enemies, 3 of each. And it's going to have some weird rules on how we do stuff. Namely, we're going here first. We want to hold this city and this city, but we want to hold this city first, and we're going to fight enemies here and here, and then we're going to do some stuff elsewhere on the map. You'll notice we have a city and a temple over here, and we have another one of those roads to nowhere that indicates there might be something there. And then we have one of these suspicious city-shaped holes in the forest that indicates there might just be something there too. And surprise, there's stuff there. But first things first, we have to get units here and here. And then we'll liberate everything else later. So Barbara come in here. Send Alphon. A little bit in front of the city. We'll send Belle here. We need to liberate the other one first. So deploy Warren. We'll deploy lands. Play our other guy. We have to watch out a little bit on this map. Stuff is more powerful. And we are just going to hang out on our home base. We're going to watch all the little mages scamper. Once I go over the mountains, they're going to go over the mountains to try to get a speed boost. It's not going to work so well. And the enemy is upon us. At the start of the maps, it is very likely that our high alignment teams, our teams that want to liberate the city, are a little bit lower leveled. We don't want them to fight as much. They will get to fight stuff. We do want to make sure they keep up in levels. We just don't want to make sure they get over-leveled. The enemy in the middle there was one of the evil fighter level ups. That guy will turn eventually into a huge axe-wielding dude. They're the dark equivalent of knight, and then their upgrade is the dark equivalent of paladin, I do believe. They're one of the classes you would never really mess with. But I think are now much better. Here's ninjas. In the front row, they throw shurikens. In the back row, they use magic. They upgrade to ninja masters, who in the front row get 3 attacks, and in the back row throw an AE. Similar to mages. They're essentially physical mages. They're not bad at all. We really need to change to strong so we don't kill off enemy leaders like this. And now lands is going to be sitting out a little bit. Also, yes, if your turn comes up and no one has taken damage as a cleric, you will heal. And you will do nothing. Giants have significant accuracy problems. And we can't claim that city yet until we liberate this one. So we are just kind of in a holding pattern. We're going to move Warren and Ziggy forward. Also, if you're on strong, you will... I think strong is the only one that can't auto-kill undead if you're a cleric. So you have to change that when you start fighting undead. But until then, that is the setting of choice. Those are witches. They are an Amazon upgrade. They don't do any damage, but they have an AE stun that can be great. Their problem is they don't do any damage, and they have an AE stun that can miss everything. When it hits, though, it's pretty good. They got an upgrade in the unit balancing patch. The main game, they absolutely do not get a second stun. They just get one. The Fool card is fantastic in combat. It sends all of the boss's minions home. Makes it very easy to kill the boss. Because we liberated this city first, we got a Moon Rose. Here's Hawkmen. They fly and have little clubs that they bonk people with. They are a low-flying unit, which is not as good as high-flying. But still, it's a good movement type. Ugh, Warren's getting beat up. Warren's team will now automatically move home because he died. That unit formation is a little bit suspect. Bell will go ahead and liberate the town. She'll pull an Empress. How could a wonderful warrior like Gilbert sell out? There's a warrior called the Wind Rider in the army led by Gilbert. His name's Canopus. Wonder if he would know something about what happened. Spoilers, he probably does, and we should probably go talk to him. Stand down the town so we can heal as stuff runs by us. Three fighters and a Valkyrie. Enemy units kind of are never good. That is one advantage you have. The downside is there are significantly more enemy units than you have. So without a way to exploit their AI, you would just never be able to kill anything. Or rather, you would kill some things, and then all of your guys would also just die horribly. And this is a stage of the game where you tend to need multiple combats to kill something, outside of incredibly stacked units. And you shouldn't have too many of those, because you just don't have the characters to do it. If you want your 9 or 10 units maximum. And you kind of do at this part of the game. pictured witches being incredibly annoying. Pictured witches being normal. Oh, they're gonna come back for us, which means we should probably move Lloyd's team back a little bit. Stunned our whole front line. Stunned almost our whole team. Oh, they're coming back for more. You'll notice most of the time there's one path the enemies will take, and then there's one path they can take and choose not to. Here, most of them will rush straight forward like this. On later maps, there will actually be enemies going in two directions, not so much for the first part. However, you can't be sure that nothing will try to go the other direction. Ziggy, can anyone level up? No. Okay. Sorry I asked. Another Beastman double fighter. Or they may not be called Beastman here. We'll see some of the evil upgrades to fighters in our combat units. Our liberation units are going to try to be knights to paladins. They are a better option. Okay, we're gonna move Ziggy's team back a little bit. We're actually going to heal Warren's team. Well, we're gonna revive Warren's team. Warren's team needs to look a little bit different. There we go. Get back in there, team mini majors. Again, after this map, some of these teams might get shuffled around a little bit. We might also have I think we can recruit. We cannot. What we're looking for are pixies. We want a few pixies on our team. There's the ninja back row magic. They'll target whatever they think will do the most damage. So in that case it was fire. I believe they only have fire, ice, and electric. Different classes have different limits on what spells they can use when they use spells. Like Dollmasters only get acid, Valkyries only have lightning, Muses, which is the upgraded Valkyries, only have an AE lightning. Some things, dragons have their one breath based on the type of dragon they are. The reason we want to have low alignment fighter characters so we can make them the evil guys to put them with mages. Otherwise we have to have mages and hellhounds. Those guys need to be lower alignment to level up to promote. So they need to fight more stuff. Meanwhile, the high alignment things need to fight slightly less stuff. And we want those to be paladins, Valkyries, clerics once they have promoted a few times, angels, that kind of thing. We don't want our mage characters to have too high of alignment or they are stuck, and we have to have them kill good things and kill a lot of good things to get back to being evil again. It is a fine little balance to walk. This is our shop for the day. Joker lets you use it and get a random tarot card. No effects to the unit, just the card. We could get another doll mage if we wanted. Actually, I have to think about that. I'm not sure how many extra frontliners we have floating around this army. I think we might need the knight more than the doll mage. We should get the kill here and probably move lands off of the city just so he doesn't get too high level, especially if he levels again. I'm not sure Ziggy's even on the city at this point. We'll send our dragon unit up that way. Warren needs to get back to the city so he can help fight. And what can you guys do? Lloyd can do nothing. When you are on the same tile as someone, you can exchange characters with them. I think a lot of our fighters started at level 2 or 3, so they have a few levels to go to catch up to the enemy units. That'll be the case early on. Like these guys are level 4, and enemy units are level 4 and 5 again. We're going to accidentally gain a lot of alignment before we lose a lot of alignment. But we do very specifically want to have 2 units that have high alignment, just so they can liberate things. Here's another Doll Mage Giant. Our Doll Mage is faster. I think Doll Mages are considered neutral alignment, where Wizards are evil alignment. There aren't really a lot of promotion opportunities for a Warren's unit at the moment. Their promotion right now is back to Fighter. I think they need level 10 to promote, and then Hellhounds need 15 to promote into the big dog, the Cerberus. You'll see tier 1 promotions fast, then you'll, if it has 1 promotion, after that you won't see it for a bit. If it has 2, you'll see it a little bit faster. If it has 3, you'll see it real fast. Like, trying to find my information for it. Cerberus needs to be a level 13 Hellhound with 60 or less alignment. Witches are very useful in this version of the game. That second stun is great. They normally only have 1, and it's... Oh no, they get a second stun in the normal game. I think their accuracy here is higher. Definitely a lot more effective than I'm used to seeing out of witches. They usually are too dead to have the second one. We should get our acid here, and that should mostly do everything. Yep, this is a very dead enemy unit. AE attacks, incredibly good at the start of the game. Not sure how he is closest, but he is. Get to see dragons in action. This unit's going to be a little bit weak to start. The dragon's just going to be very beefy. I think they're on best. This is one that really wants that Amazon right there to be a cleric. They got the win, but it wasn't a great win. Took a lot of damage to do it. The fun that is trying to select the right unit. That's why having different characters lead, much better than having the sim characters lead. Right now, though, only certain characters in that party could be the leader. I'm going to move Warren's unit back after this fight, I think. Mages get their upgrade at level 10. They need to have 10 to 35 alignment and be level 10 or higher. And then instead of 2 single target attacks, they'll have an AE attack. It's the alignment part that can start getting a little tricky. They're well on their way, though. Thankfully, they have a low alignment to start. And also, they're now a little bit higher level than the enemy units will be. Which is why they should move a little bit back and let other people have some fighting. Also, I think no one's coming this direction. So we're going to liberate the towns behind us. We're going to zoom things a little bit. I don't like doing that too much on this, but when there's no enemies standing around right there. Reputation went up 2 points. Some characters will fight in different ways depending on their formation. That is true, we've talked about that. Things have different attacks in the front rank and the back rank. The Lover's card. That will charm enemies. It's a little less good than some of the other options we have. Gilbert used to be a very kind man. Well, I think we should probably see what's going on with Gilbert. Star, I don't remember what Star does as a tarot card in combat. So we found an item. Star increases the agility of everyone in a unit. Found an honor shield with a U. We'll come across thieves and other villains. It's up to us to decide if we want to do their nonsense or not. Those are people that will ask us to get items. Not always worth getting items. You're going to go here. You're going to go here. We made a little bit of money. At the end of that little road to nowhere, we found buried treasure. We got an Escandale. Another Lover's card. Gilbert wants to know if we can kill the Empire. Seems like Gilbert might be on our side. Escandale's a sword. It gives 15 strength and 3 int. The honor shield, 14 physical resist, 7 white resist. Seems like we have killed everything on the map. That doesn't seem like it was enough units either. Boo, the tower, boo. My name is Yulia. People are quick to say they want peace. Are we the same? Okay, so... now, we move off of this city. Back onto it. Nope. It's one of these cities. When we move off and back on, we trigger another part of the recruiting everyone in this map thing. And boy, can I never remember which one we're supposed to do. I think we might have to go recruit, or we might have to go talk to somebody up here. So since there's no enemies coming, we'll zip across to the temple. Charisma went up. We found a white amulet. It costs 3 times the deployment cost of a character to revive them. For some characters, it's cheaper just to recruit a new character. Life is precious, but you have to watch your pocketbook. Thank you, terrible, terrible cleric. Liberation. Our reputation keeps going up, which is good. We would absolutely need that normally. What do you think you're fighting for? Honor? No, for freedom? Sure. What is freedom to you? A class of the society? Canopus is a little bit cynical. But we've now triggered the flag to have Canopus. Or to have met Canopus. Which I think now triggers the flag here. I did this like 2 days ago on my other save, and I still can't remember the order that all this nonsense is supposed to go down in. I just know that it eventually does work. And you have to do it before you leave the map, so that's fun. Let's see where my notes are. One, liberate the Tinger, that sets an event flag. Liberate Bawal, that sets an event flag. Revisit the Tinger. This checks the event flag. 2. Is that this one? It is. Okay, Warren, step off. And step back on. Canopus had a sister. Maybe she would know. Well, let's ask her. I'm Yulia, sister of Canopus. Gilbert wants to join us. I will help you save these two. We now have a Wing of Victory. And because we have a Wing of Victory, we can show it to Canopus. And we get Canopus on our team. Up here somewhere is a buried treasure. Sometimes they are not the easiest things in the world to trigger. Sometimes you trigger by going even halfway near them. Finding treasure is a lot like this, though. Just like, hey, where's the treasure? Nope. Okay, where's the treasure? Nope. Okay, where's the treasure? There it is. A death armor. And a demon helm. Okay. I assume both of those increase dark. Death armor, or death cape, 13 physical, 17 black. Demon helm, 4 physical, 8 black, negative 6 white. And now Canopus gets to meet Team Gilbert. I must stop you. Well, we're just going to make this real easy on ourselves. Goodbye, Gilbert's worms. Wow, that was a terrible, terrible showing by Canopus. Not sure why they were doing no damage to Gilbert there. Now he's going to have his worms. We're going to have to think of something else to do. Like blasting him with some tarot cards. Tarot cards, they're like cheating. But the game says it's how you're supposed to do some things. So there we go. Can we... just hit Gilbert, please? Thank you. A false peace is not peace at all. It's just a lie. Of course we'll understand Gilbert's side of the story. And he'll join our party. Congratulations, he completed this map. Made a small amount of money. And we now have 2 roads open before us. We can go to Lake Janina, or we can go to the Program Forest. Other than that, you can see if anything in our army is ready to promote. It's not. You also notice there's Canopus' team. He has the High Sky movement. He'll be one of our new move around the map and talk to things units. We have Gilbert, who is part of a High Sky unit, and it's kind of not good. He's just going to get incorporated into another lower alignment team. I'll do some of that fiddly bit off screen, and then we'll talk about it next time we see each other. These maps get very long. This has been about an hour so far. Don't want to take too much more time. So I will see you in the next video. Take care until then. Have a good one.